Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is the Bud Collector, and today I just wanted to start off this channel with this story. This is the story of the first time I smoked weed. So this story takes place around like 8 years ago or so. I was a freshman in high school, I want to say, and I was out walking in like the early morning, and there's a park in my neighborhood, and so I'm walking around the circle, and I see by a trash can that there's just a little plastic bag, and for some reason it just caught my eye. And so I go over and I look at it and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking weed in here. And it was a pretty decent sized bag that probably had like an ounce in it, but it was down to just like little tiny crumbs and a couple stems left in there. And that was it. But I'm like, I'm fucking hyped because this is the first time I've actually ever seen weed. And it was just like, holy fucking shit. All right. So I slip it in my pocket. I go home. I hide it up all in my room, all fucking scared and shit. And then I'm like, okay, well, when night comes, when my parents go to bed, I'm gonna smoke this. But I'm like 15, I'm retarded, and I'm just like, how do I smoke it? So I'm looking up online all the ways to try to smoke weed. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make a joint, but obviously I don't have rolling paper. So when nighttime comes around, I grabbed a piece of printer paper out of our old ass printer, and then cut a little piece of it, and then rolled it in that paper, the little tiny tiny crumbs of weed, then made a joint that was probably like a quarter of an inch long. It was so tiny. It was smaller than my pinky for sure. It was maybe about this big, and super super thin, super super skinny. But I was like, holy shit, a joint. And you have to hold it together to keep it because it's not like just a glue strip. It was just regular ass white printer paper. So I go downstairs, I grab like a lighter from the kitchen, and I spark it, and I take like a puff, and it just tastes like the fire of the printer paper. There's absolutely no taste of the weed. I take like a second puff, still nothing. I cough like fucking bitch, because I'm just inhaling fucking printer paper, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta take it out, put it out after a couple more puffs. I keep puffing it. I smoke it all the way down to the point that it's like damn near burning my fingers, and then I throw it into a cup of water because it was the only thing I could think to put it into. And I'm just kind of sitting there on my floor, like crisscross applesauce style. I'm just like, do I feel anything? Like, do I feel different? Like, there's got to be something to it. And I remember after about 5 minutes, I remember it was music playing. I want to say it was Green Day's 21 Guns album for some reason. And I just started to notice, like, wow, even though I've heard this album 1,000 times, it sounds really fucking good, right? I'm just sitting there and listening to it. I'm getting the giggles a little bit, and then I'm getting a fucking headache too from smoking fucking printer paper and somebody's fucking endings of their little weed. And it lasts maybe, I don't know, 20 or so minutes. It was definitely some shitty ass shit, but I was fucking hyped. I thought I was the coolest person. I was probably one of the first people in my entire school, at least at that age group, to have smoked weed. And I thought I was the fucking coolest person ever. Definitely told all my friends. They all thought I was a fucking retard. At that point, you're just out of dare classes, so you basically learn like, oh, if you smoke weed, next step straight into heroin. And it was, but I was hyped, and then I probably didn't do it again for damn near 3 to 4 years after that. But I don't know. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever when I did it. And that's just my little story. So, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be telling a lot more stories, making a lot more videos. See y'all later.